Right now, everything's looking great, and there's no white clouds. I don't know what to say, I got nothing to write down. On my knees, questioning God, like why now? I'm lost, but I'm found again. What's up? Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Vibe Nation Dive. I'm Clips. It is Thursday. What do we got going on today? Lots of movement again. Kind of and kind of not. We see the Bitcoin dominance is still around. Oof, it's going up a little bit. It's back up to 60.64%. It was around like 60.2 something last night. So Bitcoin dominance continues to rise. The price, however, roughly stays around the same. The market cap is around the same. Um, yeah, so 1 second here. I'm just gonna pin this. All right. So anywho. Yeah, so one thing I did see this morning that I um there we go. Sorry about that. All right. So we will I guess I'm not sure if there's like an issue with this. Yeah, I'm not really sure. Um what's going on with that, but anywho, nonetheless, um, we will continue. Uh, I'm going to change the name. I just want to see if this works. I can't. Apparently, I'm not able to edit. Oh, all right. Okay, sorry about that. I don't like dead air. Just making sure that post is out. Just making sure that the just trying to actually make sure that the issue with the space yeah, it's almost like I can't see it. I'm not sure what's going on. Nope. Let me just tag some people. Monitor keywords, visualize trend activity, and filter constructs. All right, let's get into this. Sorry about that. I will this down 7:15. So the plan is going forward is I'll be reading my morning news. I'll go back afterwards and clip. So I just turn that down. All right. So I will read the news as if the same I was doing my market minute, and then it will get recorded, and that will be clipped out, and I will make a little recording of the market updates. So that's fine. So let's pull this up here. All right. So current market cap is sitting at 3.23 trillion, with Bitcoin dominance sitting at 60.64%. Fear and greed is at 35. Bitcoin is sitting at 98,316. Pretty much flat for the day, still down around 6% on the week. Ethereum is at 2,767, down around 1.5% today, still down another 15% on the week. XRP is sitting at $2.40. Solana $198.86. BNB $585. Doge is sitting at 26 cents. Cardano 74 cents. Chainlink is at $19.47. AVAX is at $26.04. Sui is at $3.41. Stellar XLM is at 33 cents. Ton is $3.86. HBAR is at 24 cents, down 22.5% on the week. Litecoin is at 105.68. Uniswap is sitting at $9.23. Monero is at $230.53. Aave $258.45. Official Trump token is at $18.39. Internet Computer is $6.96. Kronos is at 10 cents. VeChain is 3 cents, and Polygon is 31 cents. So that is your market update for right now. Now some news. So I did see an article this morning that they have the FDIC, sorry, which I didn't not expect already. I think not really news, I want to say, because it seems like it's just common sense that it would happen. But the FDIC is looking at changing the rules to allow banks to offer crypto services without permission. So we'll await the results of that, but that should be happening shortly, hopefully. Morning, Alex. How are you?
Good morning, man. Yeah, I'm good. Good. Yeah,
Good.
just DMing all these people, man.
Yeah. You're a busy guy. Well, we both are, but like, yeah, I know you're working a lot in the background. Um, kind of see, I am too, just in different ways, right? Because I'm networking, I'm out there in different spaces, I'm picking up people along the way, right?
Mm.
You're and doing some like technical stuff, but I'm not doing as much technical stuff. I'm doing more I don't know, audio visual, you could say, I guess, plus the networking part of it, and trying to, be a positive face, a positive thing for this group, this community. And so I don't know. I think everybody just has a different role, but yeah, you for sure have been doing a lot in the background, getting a lot of people in place, knowing who to talk to. There's a lot of stuff that happens in the background people don't understand. There's a lot of people involved that aren't involved here. Like they're involved, but they're not involved on. It's not all about X all the time. So, but yeah, everything is moving nicely. We're we're pushing forward. So I'm hoping we can do some more testing here. Either I was hoping for today, but I'll have to see what happens. But hopefully we can get some resolve on our poker room. Hopefully he's done the changes that we made, and we can get to a place where we can get it going at least, and we can do version updates as we go. So yeah, so I just did a market update, Alex. I was just saying, so I'm going to do that in the morning, and I'll read it kind of like how I do in my market minute, and then we'll go back and clip that part of the audio so that I can do a recording and have a market minute recording as well. So
Perfect.
I did kind of change the name a little bit. I wanted to test it out and see. I wanted to see, yeah, if maybe like a reference to like, some kind of like crypto and coffee type thing might work. So I did change it. I don't know, maybe not, but it's fun to, make some little changes here and there. So I might do up some more stuff for that, but we'll have to see. Anywho, I wanted to go over some news as well. So yeah, as you came in, I was just talking about the FDIC and how they were forcing banks to stop servicing crypto clients, which now that could be switching very fast, obviously, which is I think something uh, didn't really expect.
Mm-hmm.
Shiba Inu. So lots of other headlines this morning. Just again, crypto in itself as a whole is not really negative. There are little things here or there that are happening, but realistically, majority of it is crypto is positive. Bitcoin dominance rose again, Alex, in the last few hours, about another 0.5% from when
But
6 hours ago. Mhm.
it's getting. I mean, it is. You can see, yeah, it's definitely getting more dominant. But there's also bullish signs in the altcoin.
Mhm.
The Ethereum chart. Um, I know Europe has been a bit. The markets have reacted to the tariff news, but then again, there has been some good news out of the UK where they've cut rates as of just a few hours ago. So that's good for investors, and
Mhm.
obviously bad for savers, but good for investors.
Yeah.
Um, so that yeah, that leads to more kind of bullish signs, So
Mhm.
it's kind of a mixed bag, but I still most of my timeline is people being bullish about altcoin season not being over, and that once Bitcoin finds some stability, then which it looks like it is, then the altcoin season will kick off again.
Yeah. Yeah. I think And I've said it already. I think we've been there for at least a month now that I've been saying it is 92,000 is kind of our floor right now for Bitcoin. What's been happening the last few days, we may even get to raise that. We may get to raise that to 95 or 97 if we can kind of hang out in this area. But yeah, and you're right. It's just like an announcement after an announcement after an announcement, regarding altcoins. Um, I think once there's more certainty in the market, yeah, we'll definitely see that. I was just reading crypto.com is going to be filing a Kronos ETF and launch a proprietary stablecoin as part of the 2025 roadmap. Crypto.com is planning to file for the launch of an ETF centered around its native token Kronos. The company plans to file for the ETF in the fourth quarter of the year, although further details on the filing process are yet to be disclosed. So on that news, I mean, everything's down this morning, but Kronos is down around 5%. Quarter four to announce that now and then wait till quarter four. I don't know why they're waiting till quarter four, to be honest with you. I think um that might be one of those things where you're like too late to the party. I don't know. Like not necessarily like, in its finality, but what I mean is it won't have the same effect, I think, by that time. So there's gonna come a point. Oh, sorry. There's gonna come a point where when ETFs are announced and stuff, I think that there just won't be the same interest. So you won't get the same fly up of prices on tokens and things like that. Because once it's like everything and everything and everything is just going to become expected, and then it's not really going to be news that somebody's getting one, getting an ETF. So, I mean, I don't know, Alex. Like, why do you think they're waiting so? Like, I don't know what you think about that.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I can't put my finger on it. Why people are waiting? Why it's taking so long? But most of the banks, they just move like juggernauts, so it's just very slow.
Yeah, and they're kind of turning it into a bank in a sense. That's one of the things they're adding this year. They've been doing a lot of changes. They're good changes. They're bringing people to the app, which is their goal. Unfortunately, they don't have their actual token tied into that goal.
Mm,
So, until they make that change and they really push that, that's where the stablecoin might help because if they use Kronos for the stablecoin, like somewhat like how XRP is being used for RLUSD, right?
mm,
Um, then it would definitely cause volume. But right now the chain volume is just not worth it. I mean, it's several million a day, and you're talking about competing against chains that are doing several billion a day. There's a huge difference. So I think the other day it was like 7 million was the chain volume, 24-hour volume. And Doge, Solana, XRP, Ethereum, Bitcoin, they're doing that amount in a minute throughout the
mm.
day. So big difference in how the volume's going. So I mean, yeah, it'll be interesting to see once they finally maybe do a push and realize that they really need to push this. But like 10 cents, it's running crows at 10 cents. Like it's actually really bad. So one second here. So yeah, so that's interesting. I hope they speed it up. Like I hope they don't actually wait till quarter four. Because if they do, then I don't know. Like I said, they might be too late to the party at that point.
Mm, mm,
Um, so beyond Crow ETF and stablecoin launch, the Singapore-based crypto exchange is also broadening its scope of financial services. The exchange also intends to list stocks and stock options in the first quarter of 2025, ending its offering beyond extending its offering beyond crypto. It's also working on introducing new banking features, including personal multi-currency accounts and cash savings accounts. So they're going to be a bigger, better version of Robinhood, because they're going to have a little bit extra. But I think that's kind of the direction they're headed. Um, which means, do we see them go public? Do you think, Alex?
Yeah, I would have thought.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, I can't see a reason not to.
yeah. I think it benefits at this point, right? Because to have the crossover effect where you're on a fiat and then you're also on crypto, I think that benefits companies, and also it makes people feel more secure because if it's on the stock exchange, they're more likely to buy it than if it's not, because there's that trust factor, because the stock exchange has done their KYC and all their due diligence, and it's a pretty safe, it's a safer investment, and so that kind of instills trust, I believe, a little bit. So yeah, it's nice, it's definitely nice to have both. So it'll be interesting to see if that happens. The company is also focusing on increasing its regulatory compliance. I don't know how, it's already so compliant. Just over a week ago, on January 27th, Crypto.com's Malta division obtained the first ever MiCA license from the Malta Financial Services Authority. While Crypto.com's ambitious plans are drawing attention, the Crow token has been in bearish territory, with its price down nearly 37% over the past month, according to CoinMarketCap. As of now, Crow is trading with approximately 10 cents, showing a slightly intraday loss of 3.25%.
Ouchie.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
is. It is ouchy. Like, I'm at this point, I was really optimistic, right? It went back up. It was like 16 cents. Like, okay, we're back on track. Things are going better. Um, and then like this
Yeah.
news keeps coming and coming and coming, and it's like it's determined basically on the news. But I think for me it's just volume. But I don't know. I might pull the next time it gets back there, because I'm tired of this shit now. Um, Eric Trump, he decided to now say to buy Bitcoin. So first it was ETH. Now he said it's a great time to buy Bitcoin. Eric Trump Ethereum tweet lined up with one of the biggest reversals in months. Now he's turning to Bitcoin. Does the call mean anything? So I don't
Well,
think it really does. It's around the same as when he announced this, but basically he
mm,
said on February 6th, he took to X posting, feels like a great time to enter hashtag BTC exclamation mark, end quote. The
mm.
remark briefly pushed Bitcoin past 98K before selling around 97,650, reflecting only a modest 0.4% hourly gain at the time of writing. So I literally just said, 10 minutes ago, that there will become a point where all of this stuff becomes mundane and pedantic, right? And just like consistently people get bored of it and it's not going to do anything. So like we see the same thing like in the war, for example. Every time like somebody hit a new city, you would see a drop, right? But then after a while, it was like, oh, blah 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 is targeting this and they're being shot here and there. Nothing was happening to the market. The market just stops reacting. So I think maybe that's what's happening in this case, is like people are maybe finally getting bored of the Trumps and their manipulation of the market, which is what it is. I don't care. Call a spade a spade. It can be popular or unpopular. Him as himself, I think he's doing great. He did a pretty cool announcement today. I'll share that in a second. Um,
But they
but
brought like what, 20 million's worth of ETH or 40 million's worth of ETH?
they've bought
Black,
yeah,
yeah,
tens of millions of dollars of
yesterday.
ETH. Yeah, well, they bought
Yes.
47 million like a couple of weeks ago, right? And they've been adding to it.
And
Like,
then BlackRock are also accumulating ETH now, and uh, uh
art.
yeah, yeah, and Strategy as well,
Oh,
or whatever the
MicroStrategy.
coins.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
because they've named themselves as Strategy B being Bitcoin.
Right.
I don't. see the strategy, but it's just buy Bitcoin at any price.
Yeah,
But
B for buy Bitcoin. B for buy
be
Bitcoin.
buy Bitcoin.
That's it. Yeah, that's his
Yeah.
strategy. B for buy Bitcoin. Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah.
There's nothing else to do, I guess. That's just the reality.
Yeah, I mean, his strategy is just buy Bitcoin, and then that was the what did he
I mean,
say the other day that when he dies, he's not even going to give his ledger to the kids. He's just going to like throw it away.
yeah, just put it in his suit pocket, and bury it with him. Um, I, yeah, that's it's funny. Like they stopped their buying this week. It's like I think I mean, let's face it, the guy's a genius. He's in like what $20 billion in profit or some shit like that. Like, I mean, you got to give him that at least. you know, to have 20-30 billion dollars of profit sitting there, that's something to be proud of when you're literally not doing anything except buying Bitcoin. Like you literally made $40 billion, $20 billion, whatever it is, just to sit there and keep pushing the buy button
Yeah, but it's just top blasting, and it's still making money. So
and
yeah,
still making money because of his average,
yeah,
right? That's the thing.
yeah.
Like when we tell people DCA is a real thing. Like
Mm,
you can DCA up and you can DCA down, and that's just
mm,
really what you should be doing. Um, when you're putting something in, instead of putting point one in right away, why not put in point three? Why not put in point four and then wait, let it rise 20-30%, then add a little more? Like what's the hurt in doing that versus just blasting it? And it's just a better way to do it. So, yeah, I mean, I remember, I think it was 3 or 4 months ago, his dollar cost average was under 40K. Now he's over 60K, but still Bitcoin's at 100. So I mean, every Bitcoin he has, he's made 40 grand on. Like, think about that. So
mm.
that's a lot of money. That's a year's salary, you know. So he essentially has 500,000 years of salary sitting there.
Well, for me, maybe I don't
Well,
know
yeah,
what you
like
know.
yeah, for you and I,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
not you know, you know what I mean though. For the average person,
Mhm.
yeah. So, anyways, we are still waiting for Eric to announce something on ETH, and I think that's why everyone's been collecting it. I don't know what they're waiting for. I don't know if at this point are they waiting for a certain catalyst? Are they waiting to see if the market starts to correct a bit? Are they waiting to see Bitcoin dominance goes down, or are they going to just um I think I said last night, you and I were chatting, and I said we need to watch because I foresee them doing something like launching it in the fucking middle of the night or something.
Yeah.
Like 11, 12, 1 o'clock in the morning or some shit like that, so that it can sit and stew for a few hours. People start waking up and all of a sudden it's mayhem, and we all know what's going to happen. So it's kind of one of those things where it's like I want to buy it and then I want to immediately go and short Bitcoin, right? And I want to immediately go and long ETH, like for real.
Yeah.
Like that's what I want to do. So because at the end of the day, that's how we're going to make money doing that. If I short Bitcoin, long ETH, and buy the Eric Trump token at the same time, there is no possible way you can lose unless you round trip that bitch, you know.
Mm.
So yeah, we'll see what happens.
Speaking of which, the Trump token took a bit of a rally today, didn't it? It was
It
up
did, but
6%.
it pulled back a little bit
Uh,
from what I reported around 8 hours ago. Um, so I think it was back over $20, and now it's back under $20. But
mm.
yeah, it did kind of a bit because it was down to $17 something yesterday. I remember seeing. So, bear chain debuts in South Korea, Upbit and or Bythum, Bitum. See, that's really stupid because to me that either says Bythum or Bithum. Like I don't know. I don't. Okay. This
Have you managed to get a beer chain
No,
NFT? No,
no,
the one of the ice boxes that it's the 404, isn't it?
I'm not sure. So I did not, I have not, okay, admittingly, I have been on Abstract, but I did not go on Abstract right away. It took me a few days, and then I only went on to see what was going on, and I actually ended up liking it. However, I'm really just tired of chains. It's chain after chain after chain. I have wallets for chains I don't even fucking use. I have NFTs on chains I don't even use, that I don't even have like coins on them to move around the NFTs if I wanted to.
Hmm.
And I just like, I'm so sick of it. I have 1,452 wallets. You know what I mean? And I'm just like, I don't want another one. Why do we need more chain after chain after chain? So I think though, Barachain, is that not one of the ones that's supposed to help with interoperability? Like, so that, you know what I'm talking about? There's those new chains coming out where it's supposed to be easier for no matter what you have. So let's say there's a token on ETH you want, but you only have Solana. You're allowed to buy that token on ETH with the Solana, and basically in the background it does its conversion shit and whatever. Um,
I think that's what I read. I'm just double
right.
checking now.
Yeah, because I think that's kind
Yeah.
of what's all coming out as of late. Like that's really the only thing that has been coming in the forefront as of late. Um, is those types of chains, those types of security. They're really big on security, which is good. I'm glad that that's being taken seriously in this space. We saw yesterday a huge hack with Jupiter. That was quite interesting. So Jupiter Exchange X account got hacked. Um, and I don't know why, but I don't know if they couldn't get it back or if somebody wasn't paying attention. They were tagging them in Discord. We had it all over X. But basically, for quite some time, that person had that X account. They even opened a space at one point. Um, so it was kind of interesting. So yeah, the security aspect of it is really it's scary. Like personally, for me in 2021, and even up until just last year, I never did any staking or anything like that, because the security risks that were there in 2021, the amount of hacks that were continually happening, and the frauded exchanges and lenders and all of this crap, it was just it scared the shit out of me. So I spent, I had like 3 years of crypto sitting there not earning anything, because I didn't want to risk that something was going to go under again and take it. So, luckily now it seems to be a bit better. There are some pretty solid um, sites in place. So I don't mind
But
doing it now.
it did take quite a bit of a dip yesterday, didn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, because it was about $1 just after the airdrop, and now it's down at 80, 86, 80, yeah, 86 or so.
Well,
Yeah.
I know that there was a huge drop last night too after the hack, right? Because I think
Yeah.
people were a little bit concerned. I mean, like for me, like I said, my concern is how long it took them.
Mm.
I just
Well, it
wanted
took
to
them
go.
about 3 hours just to put up a note saying we've been hacked on the
Yeah,
website.
like we all knew. Everyone was posting it before they had even made an official announcement. Um, and that was the bizarre thing about regarding that. So they um they put out a post this morning. Okay, here we go. Um, at 6:24 p.m. yesterday, my time, the main Twitter account appears to be compromised. Please do not click any links, and any CAs being posted are not affiliated with Jupiter. Be careful. So at 12 hours later, at 6:23 this morning, Cash did a post on the the Discord account. It says, "Quick update on the Twitter hack. In short, our Twitter security measures were stringent and implemented properly at entry level, at every level. So clearly not. We'll get into that in a second. And further, all Jupiter products and team members were safe and no funds or info were ever at risk. The account takeover was completed without triggering any email notifications. This is very strange, and we're still trying to figure out what happened. For Twitter alone, we have the following security measures in place. Strict access control. Only 3 people on our team had access to the account. Usage of delegate feature to limit team members' ability to change security settings. 2FA for each individual with access to the account. 2FA for the main handle stored in one password and only accessible via a different password and protected from any SIM swap attacks. Real-time alert monitoring via Better Stack. Backup email notification systems with multiple recipients for critical notifications. Partnership with an external security firm. Complex passwords with numbers, letters, and symbols. Enterprise security on our password management. Detailed audit logging. So if we had such tight security, how did this happen? We have an idea, but we're still waiting for confirmation. But it's quite unlikely that it was due to a security lapse on our end. So I think this was an inside job. So that's cool.
So the interns getting sacked then.
Yeah. An intern's account got somehow compromised and it started running amok somehow. I don't know if only 3 people knew how to had access. And they have that much. That's what I was saying with when they were saying that that they were implemented properly at every level. That's why I said at first that's wrong, because if they had the 2FA, if they had all that stuff in place, there's honestly no way that anyone's going to get in that account.
Yeah, but I'm guessing you can't have 2FA when you've got so many people using it, kind of.
Well, you do. So how that works. So actually, interestingly enough, Alex, is that's what I had done with my Love Yourself account with Slay. And so what happens is you can set up multiple passkeys. So you can only set up one authenticator, but you can set up multiple passkeys. So what we did is we had a passkey. He had his own passkey, and I had my own passkey. And we even went and tried to fuck around with it. We tried to bypass it. We tried to click other things, use this instead of password or use that or whatever. And we could not get into it without getting either the authenticator code to pop up or it asking for a 2FA. There was no way around it no matter what we clicked. And so it is absolutely possible to lock the shit out of these accounts if you do it properly. And if you use the right tools. I personally have an actual physical passkey that I carry with me. So even if you got, let's say, my password, because you're at a new browser, it will not let you in without inputting that passkey. So, I mean, it's a physical device that I have. I don't really see that you're going to be able to hack it. And you can't bypass once. And they warn you when you set these up. Just so you know, if you lose it, you may not be able to recover this account. And that's the way it should be, to be honest with you. So, yeah, you can actually secure the shit out of your account. I can tell you honestly, my Gmail account, for example, it's fucking locked down like Fort Knox, man. And if somebody even attempts something, 3 emails go off simultaneously that tell me that somebody's trying to fuck around. I can go in there and change everything before they even figure out how to get in, So, I mean, at the end of the day, if they did all of that, then that means it's an inside job. So that's pretty sad, actually. Yeah. I quite like them. I think they're on the right track. They're doing really good for the industry. But it's very sad that happened. So somebody was unhappy with something. Beck, good morning. How are you, sleepyhead?
Good. What up? Good morning.
Did you just wake up, bro?
Yes and no. I fucked up this morning. I was up at 5 to 5:30. And I was like, no, or I'm gonna end up fucking taking a nap later. So I was like, I'm just going back to sleep for a little bit. I didn't quite mean to go till almost 8.
No, that's okay. I usually after this space, sometimes I have a nap for a little while. Cause yeah, I don't know. It was really hard to get up this morning. I almost messaged Alex and was like, you know what? I can't do this today. But I've been forcing myself to get out of bed because I feel so physically exhausted and the pain and everything. And so I'm like, if I don't actually make myself get out of bed, it's not going to end well. So I have to make myself move, but it was rough this morning. It was rough.
Yeah, I guess it's Thursday, so we're all feeling it,
It's Thursday, what?
It's Thursday, so we're all feeling it, It's been
Yeah, we got
somehow
yeah.
we got to Thursday already, and it's just like I haven't got anything done, man.
Yeah, and I mean, like, for me, I don't even date. Mostly, I have to ask what day of the week it is because it just doesn't.
Mm.
I don't know most of the time. So, yeah. So I'll read this little thing quick about Barachain just because that's what we were talking about. But basically, so two South Korean crypto exchanges announced they will be start providing trading support for new layer one blockchain Barachain's upcoming token. Bara trading support on both exchanges will start simultaneously, so they already did. Users can only deposit and withdraw Bara through a new Bara chain mainnet that will be launched on the same day as its token. Bara chain is an Ethereum virtual machine compatible layer one blockchain, which is equipped with a proof of liquidity consensus mechanism. So again, that adds to the whole Ethereum argument, right? Which we've been saying for the last few days because there's been these idiots running around saying that ETH is dead. And yet we're continually building more blockchains on it. BitThumb, which Alex, I don't know if that's right, offers trading support for Bara only on its Korean won markets. Additionally, buy and sell orders for Bara will be restricted for the first 5 minutes of trading and at a limit of less than 10% and more than 100% of the standard price. Automatic orders can begin after the first transaction is complete. So that's actually pretty cool. It looks like they were able to kind of calm down that initial, freeze the fucking site thing or prevent DDoS attacks, things like that. So that's kind of cool. On Upbit, Bear will be available for trading with Korean won, Bitcoin, and Tether. However, the exchange also warned users that the trading support start time may change depending on whether Bera has enough liquidity for trading. Bera started off as an NFT project called Bong Bears, but has since grown into a whole blockchain ecosystem that is scheduled to make its debut on February 6th. So more proof that you can smoke weed and be successful, right, Vet? Bong Bears.
Yeah, I
Bong
guess
Bears.
so. I mean, Kevin Smith proved that to start with.
Bong rips are definitely key there.
Yep. Cheech and Chong, Snoop Dogg's a billionaire. I mean, come on, but it's just funny because I actually didn't know that that's how it started with Bong Bears. So I love that even more. That almost makes me want to go and buy it now, Alex, just because of that.
Well, I've been trying to work out how you get the airdrop. I guess you have to be an OG NFT holder, and something because I had a look and see you have to register your wallet and you have to
Mm.
register your X account and your Discord and stuff. So yeah, I
So
didn't
that's
have
like Jupiter.
anything.
That's like the
Yeah,
Jupiter drop then. Okay.
yeah, but I haven't seen what the criteria are. I've been trying to find out, but I don't know. Did get the alpha on the day what they dropped the NFT collection on Magic Eden, the ice boxes. But I was just they had frozen it when I got there, so I was just like that. But I do know that those NFTs are mutable, so they'll be worth. I think it's like 200,000 tokens each. Um, but yeah, I think they unfroze it. They had a whitelist, and then they also had a public sale, and then they froze it, and then they've opened it up again and stuff. So it probably would be worth trying to get one of these frozen NFTs and get some your
Sorry, so how much do they cost?
I forget exactly the rate, man. Hold on.
Yeah, I mean, I guess if you can get one, it might be worth it. If you can still register though, because don't they usually shut registration off once they start
No, but you can still
distribution?
no, like you can still get. Well, I'll see.
Like, would it get you the airdrop if you bought one now?
Yeah, no, they're mutable NFTs, so they're 404s.
Oh, okay, and then they're 404s. Okay, so you would
Yeah.
get an NFT for it. You would then go and trade your NFT for coins, and then you'd
Mm.
sell those. Okay.
So they're basically I think the lowest.
I'm not, obviously, because of POX. I'm really not a 404 fan. Let's put it that way. I don't tend to go near 404 projects.
Yeah.
I don't think I know. I'm just trying to make sure. I don't believe I have any. I don't even believe I have any tokens or NFTs for any projects that are
Mutable.
404s. Yeah.
So the floor is 0.092 ETH.
Wow, that's actually quite a bit. So 0.1 ETH, that's quite a bit for. So that's like $280, $300 for, and but that then would allow you. So I wonder what you get 200,000 tokens. I wonder what the price is. Like, I'm just trying to figure out, is it worth it? If I spend $300 in ETH, am I getting at least $300 in tokens? If that's the case, then it's probably worth it if you can make a little bit in arbitrage. But if you can't arbitrage it, then, because that's really what probably I would do, right? I would just arbitrage. I'd just buy it. I'd just buy the 0.1, go and swap it, make whatever I'm going to make, go back to the original, do it again. I mean, you can just arbitrage it all the way along, right? So it doesn't kind of make sense for it to be worth more than that 0.1, but I don't know. I'd have to go and see. What else in the news this morning? Shiba Inu, I don't know. There's talks about it. I don't know. I don't think. I don't know. Oops, sorry. I don't know. I don't know if Shiba will be saved, but we'll see what happens. AI-driven scams are obviously up. Everybody needs to kind of pay attention to. That's going to be a given. Any meta that's happening, obviously. So MicroStrategy posted. This is probably why they didn't buy last week. MicroStrategy, Strategy, previously MicroStrategy. It's just strategy now.
Strategy buy. Yeah.
Strategy.
Strategy buy, right.
$670 million Q4 loss in Bitcoin. As Bitcoin waits on its earnings. So maybe that's why they didn't buy, where they couldn't justify to the shareholders, hey, we lost $700 million, but we're going to go and spend another billion buying Bitcoin. It's probably a little bit hard to justify that to shareholders.
Yeah. I guess when we're getting to that time when they have to organize the AGM and stuff.
Yeah, but I mean, here's the thing too. People fully forget that last quarter they made how many billions, right? And the quarter before that. And like, it's just it's in the moment. You know what I mean? Oh my God, let's all panic. They lost 670 million in Q4. Okay, cool. But they made like how many billions in Q3? Probably offsets, Like, it's not that big of an issue, especially when you see what's going on in the market and how it correlates. I don't know. Like, I don't think it's a bad thing. But yeah, so we'll see then if he keeps buying, because it was a weekly thing, right?
Pretty much, yeah. It seemed like almost every day you'd buy more.
Yeah. What's your thoughts on that, Vet?
Say it one more time, sorry.
The MicroStrategy thing. So they lost strategy. They lost $670 million in quarter four. So I'm thinking that's probably why they didn't buy last week. But how does that affect going forward? Like, do they restart buying this week? Do they let it sit and cool for a little while? Like, what do you think's kind of going on that side of it?
Yeah, we talked about that a little bit last night. I feel like, oh fuck, guys, I just hit a scatter on a $6 bet.
Ooh. Okay, so
what do you think about the price of oils marching up and gold hitting the all-time high now?
gold hit an all-time high again?
Well, it's just been sitting at all-time highs for a while, isn't it? For the last.
Interesting. Yeah. I didn't know that gold. I wasn't really paying attention to it. I haven't been paying attention to it, Alex, so I'm not sure what to think of it. What's like, do you have
Just
more kind of info on that, or?
yeah, I'm just it just shows that how scared people are at the moment about the tariffs, I guess. That they're all running for
Well,
some more safe haven of assets.
well, yeah, and that's the thing. I don't even think it's the tariffs as much as, I mean, yes, but also it was already headed that direction. It was already doing that because of the recession, right? Like, as soon as Japan launched that they were not lowering interest rates, that's when all of this really started, right? So that's what, 2 weeks ago? Was it something like that?
Yeah, just about.
And that's when really, like, if you notice, like the Bitcoin really started to become, a store of value, and I guess gold obviously as well. So as soon as you see those two assets do that, that's not a good sign, right? We know that historically, even if what Bitcoin wasn't here, we still historically know that the higher that gold goes, the worse we are in, kind of a world economic status, because they just want to save right now and see what's going to happen. And gold is the safest place used to be the safest place to store it. Now it's kind of gold and Bitcoin. So yeah, they got it. My thing is, there was all these promises that all this stuff was going to be stopped. Some of it happened, but some of it didn't. I don't see any progress being made in Ukraine and Russia, right? Like, I don't know what's happening there. Like, I saw him go to Israel. Now I think he's pissed off Israel now. Um, like,
Yeah.
So I don't know. I don't, it seems like that's more of a focus than what he said he was going to do, which is like, day one, I'm going to talk to Putin and Zelensky, and we're going to get this stopped. And Putin's going on TV like 3 times now, like, yeah, I look forward to like our talks, like, let's go. Zelensky's like, yeah, I really want to make sure this is, let's wave the white flag, we're all good. And then nobody's doing anything. I don't know. I haven't seen anything about it. Am I missing something?
Yeah, I think it's just stuck in a deadlock where they're just, Putin doesn't want to back down. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, and I think the EU's kind of running out of money to, give them more stuff.
Yeah, you mean Germany is running out of money. Germany
Yeah.
and France. Yeah. Interesting. Yeah. Hopefully Europe can be But that's the thing. Europe needs that war to stop, right? Because, I mean, one of the major issues right now is they're not getting natural gas from,
Exactly. Yeah.
right? And so you're in the middle of January. You're in February now. Jesus Christ.
It goes, man. Yep.
And you need natural gas. So energy is a huge concern. So they need it. They need it to stop just for that factor, and then that actually might help a lot of things. Like that's the thing. Like this one thing that's happening affects a lot more than people think it does in the broader scope of everything, right? It has issues regarding immigration, it has issues regarding energy, it has issues regarding, recession, wheat. Like Ukraine is the biggest distributor of wheat in Europe. Like, and in fact, Russia was like their biggest um, client, like for wheat, like for wheat. I remember reading that at the beginning, and I was like, "This is just this whole thing is just weird." But I mean, it really it puts a damper on a lot of things. So we have to somehow. Hopefully, this is going to happen soon. I think once it's done, we might start to see our reversal. Like when they announce that war is over, I think it's probably a safe bet to have a little bit of liquidity available because you're gonna want to jump into something real fast because I think we're gonna see probably almost complete reversal of what's happening right now. And we might get our altcoin season. You were talking about altcoin season. They actually just released a story regarding that. So the headline is Capital continues to bleed out of BTC and ETH into stablecoins, no alt season in sight. So according to Ali Martinez, capital is continuing to flow out of Bitcoin and Ethereum into stablecoins with no clear signs of an upcoming alt season. In his recent post on X, on-chain data analysis, Ali Martinez pointed out that capital is continuing to flow out of Bitcoin and Ethereum into stablecoins. He also noted that there are no signs of alt season yet. The chart accompanying Martinez's statement shows a clear trend of declining capital inflows into both Bitcoin and Ethereum, while stablecoins have seen a significant increase in net capital change. Specifically, as of February 4th, Bitcoin had a net capital range of 0.0412 million and Ethereum saw 0.0048 million. In contrast, stablecoins experienced a much larger shift with a net capital change of 0.0644 million. This suggests that investors are currently favoring safer assets, likely waiting for better entry points before making their next move. Historically, capital rotations from Bitcoin into smaller cap coins have signaled the start of an altcoin season. According to CoinMarketCap, the altcoin season is typically marked by 75% of the top 100 cryptos, excluding stablecoins and asset-backed tokens, outperforming Bitcoin over the last 90 days. At this time, however, the CoinMarketCap index stands at just 33. Martinez's chart also shows that the oscillator indicators remain in a neutral position, showing no evidence of a brewing alt season. Deutscher, another analyst, shared his own thoughts on why this cycle is different as far as the arrival of altcoin is concerned. He explained that instead of moving into established altcoins, traders have been chasing fast-moving low caps on-chain tokens. As a result, that speculative capital got stuck in illiquid on-chain meme coins, he said in his post on X. So yeah, I think that kind of goes with it, Alex. I think that kind of goes with what we say. Just people just waiting at this point.
Yeah. I mean, there was so much minted over the last few weeks and stuff. Yeah, I was fully expecting everybody to dive in, but we've had the pullback now, which is the normal.
Right.
Yeah, normal just before we, put the rocket boosters on.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, what I read yesterday was that altcoin season might be postponed until end of Q2, Q3 or something. But then I'm reading the news today, and then everybody's super bullish, saying that everything's going to turn around in the next few weeks. So I think
So there was a second
there's
story done on that, just regarding the altcoin part of it. Regarding that, so there was $460 billion erased from altcoins in the last several days. And so that was the question, like, does the liquidity come back to it, or is it fading, right? Is there going to be, is it the end of altcoin season? I personally don't see how, if you're talking about putting $9 trillion into a market. Do they think that all that 9 trillion is going to go into Bitcoin, or like what's kind of the logic on that? So we have to have another altcoin season. It's just, the catalyst as to what triggers it. On February 3rd, a global financial market suffered a sharp flash crash after Donald Trump imposed tariffs on China, Canada, and Mexico, triggering sell-offs around the market. Stocks, commodities, cryptocurrencies reacted immediately, with altcoins taking the biggest hit. At the end of January, the total altcoin market cap stood at 1.46 trillion, but by February 3rd, it had plunged to 1 trillion, marking a 31.5% decline and wiping out $460 billion in market value. Since then, the market has shown signs of recovery, climbing to 1.22 trillion as of this writing on February 5th. So this article is a few hours old. I think it's around 9 hours old. So, however, it remains nearly 16% below its January levels and 28% short of its all-time high of 1.7 trillion in November of 2021. The overall sentiment in the altcoin market seems weak. One key indicator for measuring whether altcoins are outperforming Bitcoin is the CMC Altcoin Season Index, which tracks the performance of the top 100 altcoins related to Bitcoin over the last 90 days. As of February 6th, the index sits at 36, a sharp drop from 87 in December, when altcoins surged following Trump's election victory. Our reading above 50 suggests a mild rally, while above 75 signals a full-fledged altcoin season. At this current level, the index indicates that Bitcoin remains the dominant force in the market, with altcoins struggling to gain traction. Price performance among major altcoins also reflects this sentiment. Ethereum has declined over 18% year to date, currently trading around 2,800. Solana has seen modest growth, rising 5% since the start of the year to reach $205. Meanwhile, Ripple has been one of the best performing large cap altcoins, gaining 21% year to date and surging 360% over the past 3 months. So,
I
yeah.
don't know. I'm still bullish on Ethereum. I mean, the net inflows have been 18 million over the last 5 days. They've just been continuing consecutive days. So that's a good sign. What was I going to say? Come back to me. It's just had a brain fart. Brain fart.
It's okay. Morning, Queen Living, Haytons, and Boo. Morning, Empress. Well, you are up early. Holy cow. I rarely see her up this early. It's like 7 o'clock for her. Yeah, right now it's I don't know. Right now there's a little bit of blood in the water, but yeah, if you're not, this is where, well, we've had that discussion about maxis and my feeling on maxis, but if you, again, if you logically think that Ethereum is done or dying or gonna not run or whatever, I don't know. It's just illogical.
Well, as soon as it starts running, basically altcoin season will start, because
Exactly.
everything's built on it. There
Exactly.
isn't much that isn't built on Ethereum. So yeah,
And it has a
if you're
direct price correlation.
yeah, exactly. If you're holding XRP, Scratch, Injective, yeah, all the major things are built on
Yeah.
Ethereum. So yeah, and people who read charts see that it looks like it's about to absolutely pop off.
Yeah.
Obviously, the geopolitical news is Yeah, it puts us in a slightly strange position. England cut their rates today. Yeah, so we're going to see some inflation and stuff, but smart investors will put their money into things that are going to beat the base rate that they're getting from the bank. So yeah, it still leaves me bullish. Yeah, even though you're going to have to tighten your belt, but you're going to put your money into something that's more high risk, I would have thought.
Yeah, short-term pain, long-term gain, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What are your thoughts on that, Bet? What are you feeling? I know we're all bullish on ETH, but just kind of like how this is all going and that kind of stuff. Like,
Well, I think, there's definitely a couple ways you could look at it from, potentially just as simple as saying, we are behind the 8 ball a little bit as far as like this current cycle goes. There's a big one. So, historically speaking, from the halving, altcoin season usually kicks off, relatively speaking, within a couple days of a certain period of time after that halving. And so, not being there yet is an indicator, obviously. I mean, I don't. This goes without saying, but that we're behind on timing for this bull run. But the challenge that I would have anyone with that style of thinking would be to simply say, okay, well, what though shows you that without just outside of the timing, what shows you that we wouldn't have an altcoin season, or what shows you that meme coins would die, or I'm all for people's theories, but you have to explain your thesis. So whatever, in a sense, I'll keep it kind of broad. Whatever, in a sense, your thesis may be, you need to stick to, believe in, research and understand, right? And then if your thesis brings you to a specific theory, well, then there you go. I wouldn't be one to per se argue against different things that are possibilities. But right now, everything that I see is that the only thing that's different right now is timing. That's the only thing that I can tell different between this bull run and the last bull run. So that would be kind of a point from my side.
yeah, that's fair. That's fair. So, I think it's just a waiting game right now. Sorry, I was just like,
Yeah, because it's usually like 300 and something days after the halving that we get the rally, the altcoin season and stuff, isn't it? So it's been that sort of, I mean, not much, but a few weeks or something, isn't it?
yeah, but so then what happens if we don't get it until the Q3?
Yeah, but that just shows
Well, I would
Bitcoin.
tend to think like in any other situation almost. Look, the longer you consolidate, the longer the run is.
Right. That's fair.
We've all known that for a very long time. That's traditional stock market shit. The longer you can consolidate, the better you're going to do it at the run when it does happen. So, well, no.
That's fair. Yeah, I mean, I hope though it doesn't take that long. I'm just like, we're kind of in this thing where eventually you get to a point where you're just like, yeah, it's going to happen now. And then, oh no, this happened. So we got to wait. Okay, it's going to be Q2. Okay, cool. And then like, oh no, wait, it's going to be 3. And then it's a new year. And then this is going to happen. Oh no. And then, somebody does something around the world and screws up all of that. So we constantly just run into those like brick walls, it seems like, every time we turn around lately, at least for the last year or so. But hopefully it will turn around relatively soon. Right now, I'm not sure. I don't really see anything in particular going on, but they're not happy right now for sure. The markets are, the last hour, on the 1 hour, a lot of stuff's already down. Like Doge is down 2.2% right now on the 1 hour. So something's definitely going on. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see like I don't see any major, and that's the thing too. We've been trying to, even yesterday I was talking this, I think we were in Discord, and like it's the market started to go down and we were looking and we're like, what the fuck is happening? Like there's no explanation for why the markets are going down. And they just seem to keep doing that without any kind of, you know, explanation. The only thing is this dominance, which is continuing to go up. So I think, you know, the market cap went down. So when I did, so we're down from 3.22 trillion to 3.19 trillion right now. But the dominance has gone up to 60.79%. So it's continuing to rise. It's concerning, but also, again, like this is the time, if you're, especially if you have the time to invest. So it means like if you're not, you know, 64 and you're going to retire next year, or whatever your retirement age is, then it doesn't make sense to like panic. This is the time actually to get those, you know, more of those like conviction plays and stuff, because you're going to get these cheap entries. And you know, you can say, okay, well, look at 2022, look at 2023, look at 2024, and look at now, right? So we can always say that, you know, there will be levels where you won't see again. Once this decline happens and altcoin season starts, that's when we start seeing the higher lows and the higher highs. So that means you're not going to see those prices anymore. So it's always a good time when it's red, when things are consolidating, when there's little, you know, trepidations in the market and things like that, that, you know, put that little bit of extra and stock up, right? This is the time where I would put my, you know, extra $50 that I had, you know, instead of going out for dinner, I would put it into crypto, for example. Because I know that I'm going to be able to buy a fuck of a lot more dinners with that $50, you know, in probably even a year than now, right? So yeah, that's how I kind of look at it anyways.
For
In
sure.
the markets we have opportunity and we just have to jump on them, right? And if you can withstand the risk and you have the time, do it. That's what I say.
For sure, man.
Scared money
Well,
don't make no money, right,
yeah.
Alex?
Well, yeah. I gave gave a friend $50 worth of the scratch token when when it first launched, and that's worth almost $2,000 now. So
Wow, nice.
yeah.
That's awesome. That's a
Mm.
good ROI, I would say.
Yeah,
It's
not
pretty
bad at all.
healthy.
Yeah,
No, bad at all. It's pretty healthy. That's like what, a 3000x.
yeah. So
Um,
he was
yeah,
like, yeah. He says, "How can I help you?" And I was, "How can I? Oh, I owe you one, man." And I said, "Yeah, well, put some more in."
yeah, yeah. Buy more. Um, yeah, that's good though. You know, I love to hear those win stories because then people know that it's possible. And on top of that, it's been active for what, 2.5 months now, and or 2 months, whatever. And look at, we're still, you know, zoom out. It's still a consistent, steady climb, which is something you don't see with those kind of returns. Definitely not on Solana. That will never happen on Solana with that kind of return. Because somebody would have put in like 100 Solana at the beginning, and right now would have like, you know, $3 million and would just fucking, you know, take whatever they
Full
could.
clip.
Because that, yeah, exactly. So that would never happen there. But you know, on ETH, when you're dealing with a different class of people and how they invest, definitely a different situation. By the way, as we were talking here in the last few seconds, the dominance went to 60.83%. So, oh man, it's crazy. There's just Bitcoin is the place to be, but the price keeps going down. That's the interesting part about that as well. Um, hmm.
Mm, but still,
I
yeah, I think Bitcoin will, yeah, it will stabilize and probably get up to 130 by April. I would have thought.
I'm just wondering what's going to happen when that Eric Trump coin is released.
Is it though?
Yeah, is it going to be released? Yeah, I don't know.
Is
Is
it
he
gonna
just
be
going to sit
released?
and keep? Maybe next he'll be like, "Oh, it looks like a good time to buy Montenegro." Oh, look,
Buy
it's a good time to buy
HBAR. Yeah.
Algorand. Oh, look,
Buy
it seems like
more.
a good
Yeah.
time to buy the Caspa. You know, like what the fuck? What are we doing? We're just moving things around.
Yeah. Well, you wait till Elon starts tweeting. You know, if there's
Yeah.
a Diablo token or something like that, man, he'll be straight on it.
Well, I'm waiting for Elon to start talking about Calicoin actually, because it will happen soon. Obviously, I mean Neuralink is his baby, to the point where he was actually gonna, if he was going to take the technology that he was developing and the AI stuff that he had when the whole Tesla, when there was some issues about, you know, how much, you know, he owns and his bonuses and shares and all that, and he was just going to take it away from the car side of it and make it completely separate entity, which he could have. So yeah, it's good that he didn't. Sorry. Yeah. As soon as though he starts talking about that, it's going to definitely go up, right? So anything that he gets his hands on, which is kind of an issue right now, because we know that anything him or Trump talk about ends up blowing up and screwing everything else over for a bit, and then we get back to normal. So,
Yeah, complete market manipulation.
oh, absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. From the beginning, the second that initial token was launched, that was when. And if you notice too, I think the market really reacted to that. I think not in a positive way. Because after that is when we started to see this kind of more subdued, like we're just going to put things into safety for right now and kind of see what's going to happen. Because that, I mean, let's face like the amount of money that flowed out of altcoins was, you're talking like actual use case, legitimate projects that have been developed for years that, you know, are embedded into, you know, things we do every day that were just annihilated. Oh, it was brutal. Well, yeah. Outside of that, any other news you have, Alex?
Not so much. I think we've pretty much covered all the geopolitical news. I know there's a couple of events. The list meetup in Dubai for Web3 founders starts today. We've gone over Beer Chain, and there's Polkadot 2.0, which is today, isn't it? Or Q1, when is that exactly?
Did you say Polkadot 2.0?
Polkadot 2.0 update will launch in Q1.
So is that like a poker table or?
No, Polkadot, the 2.0. Isn't it some sort of blockchain?
Oh, of course it is. I
Yeah, of
mean,
course.
God damn, man, they just like give it a rest, people.
TPS of 12 to 6 seconds. Yeah.
12 to 6 seconds?
Reduces block time from 12 to 6 seconds.
6 seconds is not fast.
No,
because
reduces.
here's the thing.
Just said
The new chains are working on finality rate. They're not working on TPS. They're working on how fast those transactions can be finalized and posted. So the TPS to go say, oh, we're going from 12 is like, whoop de fucking do. You still have chains like Sui that work on finality rate that finalize in fractions of a second. So how does 6 TPS really help me? You know? I just that's my view on it. That's how I look at it. Like I don't see the value of that, right? just for the work of like going, trying to find out how to buy it, get the new wallet, do this, do that, then be patient and wait for it to be built on and this and that. And I think at this point, I don't know. I feel like at this point where we are, maybe it's too late in the bull market, super cycle, whatever you want to call it.
Well, it's
Maybe
not a
it's
new
getting to
chain
a
because
point.
there was already there was already Polkadot a while back, wasn't it? And they're just having the update. So this is Polkadot 2.0.
Is it
I
being
remember
used
I
though?
remember
Like, is it?
people talking about it and that I was advised to buy in and stuff, but I never did.
Yeah.
You haven't heard about it?
Mm-mm.
Uh-huh.
No. No, I have not. There's a lot of stuff I haven't heard about though. That's the thing.
Well, there's just so many now. It's just
There's too much. There's too much to worry about. So, airdrops. I don't think there's any airdrops coming up soon, right?
I have to check. There's a Discord that I go to that has all the airdrops in one of their things. So I just have to remember which bloody Discord it is because it's mounting up. I think I've got about a couple of thousand Discords now.
Yeah, I know. I have a ridiculous amount of Discords too. I went and put all of them, the ones that I don't actually go into a folder because some of them I have just because I entered whatever or I ended up getting the free mint or whatever, and I just have the Discord, but I don't go into them.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
it's
they're
not. Yeah, I've got to find a way of organizing it. Must be some way of doing that.
yeah, I
Probably
know.
Haytons knows because he's a Discord maxi.
Yeah, maybe. So there was just a story released. UAE real estate embraces stablecoins as Tether really tech educate agents. So Tether and Really Tech are teaming up to integrate USDT into real estate transactions in the UAE. Partnership aims to improve efficiency in real estate deals while educating agents on the practical application of stablecoins. Really Tech, which connects over 30,000 real estate agents across the UAE and international markets, will collaborate with Tether to launch an interactive educational series. The initiative will help agents understand how stablecoins like USDT can be used in real estate purchases, ensuring secure and seamless transactions. The collaboration comes as the UAE's real estate sector experiences record growth. In 2024, off-plan sales value surged to 283 billion AED, a 27.5% increase from previous year. The partnership aims to capitalize on this momentum, positioning USDT as a viable financial tool for property buyers, developers, and agents. That is super interesting that they picked USDT. I thought USDT was something that everyone was kind of concerned about. Why are they choosing that one?
Good question, but yeah, I mean they're very bullish over there on buying Bitcoin and stuff. So I wouldn't see why not. They wouldn't enable a stable coin so you can buy everything over there, man. But
Yeah,
yeah,
but why Tether? Like what? Because Tether's like what? So Tether has to leave the UE, or they got kicked out of the EU, right? Because they don't comply with the new whatever. Is that right?
correct. Yeah.
And then they're under investigation. I think there's still an investigation pending. Because their books and stuff are not really that like cohesive. Like
Kosher. Yeah.
yeah, kosher. Um, like so I don't know. Like, and then there's also exchanges that have been delisting certain types of it. Well, I mean that's mostly due to regulation, but still it's irrelevant. Like it's still happening. I don't know. Like Vat, what are your thoughts on that? Is this good thing, or like do you think they have to switch it at some point, or do you think this maybe saves USDT, or like what's the what's the point of using that?
I don't know. The USDT is in trouble no matter what, and they've actually a lot of liquidity's been pulled out of it. So I think it's a risky move.
Yeah, I agree, and you're right. There was a story about that a couple of days ago about how much was being, how people were using other stable coins versus Tether, right? And I mean, like Ripple has their RLUSD, everyone forgets about, which is quietly in the background, gaining traction. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why Tether. That's a very interesting thing. I wonder, do they have a stake in it, do you think? I don't know. That could be one. Yeah. Interesting. We'll see how that plays out.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not it's like there's a little bit about Tether in this story. Tether has been increasing its presence in the region through initiatives such as its collaboration with RackDAO to promote blockchain education and acceptance of USDT as a virtual asset in the ADGM. CEO Paolo Ardonio emphasizes that a partnership aligns with Tether's goal of fostering blockchain innovation and financial inclusion. The UAE's progressive stance on technology and its leadership in digital asset adoption across the MENA region makes it an ideal hub for pioneering advancement. Together, we aim to streamline real estate transactions, promote sustainable growth, and set new benchmarks for innovation in the region. In August of 2024, Tether announced plans to launch a stablecoin pegged to the UAE dirham. The company said it would collaborate with Phoenix Group PLC and Green Acorn Investments Limited. Okay, so that kind of makes a little sense. I didn't know they were doing a stablecoin pegged to the UAE dirham. Did you?
I did not.
No,
Yeah,
I'm checking it out now.
that to me would explain why they're using USDT. I still don't think that it's a good idea, but it makes a little more sense. Interesting. Yeah, that's going to be super interesting. PancakeSwap did an expansion, so they now have trading tools for Arbitrum, Linea, and Base. Expands advanced trading tools. I love how the picture on this is of a unicorn that has a plate of pancakes in front of it. Are they not competitors? That's hilarious. PancakeSwap was able to accomplish these features on Arbitrum, Linea, and Base by integrating Orbs, Delimit, and DTWAP protocols, according to notes shared with Crypto.news. These tools, previously available only on BNB chain, enhance order execution for traders using the decentralized exchange. I personally, BNB is one chain that I just have zero desire to ever fuck with, to be honest.
Yeah, it's just way too complicated to get over to it, so I just can't be asked.
Yeah, I for me it's deeper than that too. But yeah, I'm still not convinced that we don't. I'm not even gonna go there. There's Layer 3 technology. Orb's Layer 3 technology supports these advanced order types through a system of permissionless validators and proof-of-stake consensus mechanism. The expansion brings PancakeSwap in line with other decentralized exchanges like QuickSwap and SpookySwap, which have also adopted Orbs-powered protocols. Wow, $54 billion in transactions in the last month on PancakeSwap. I think they're becoming more popular. I think Uniswap needs. I find Uniswap expensive, to be honest.
Yeah, it's pretty expensive, Uniswap, to be fair.
But it's because they monopolize it, right?
Yeah.
So when you have a monopoly, there's not enough competitors. You can just do that. But I think if PancakeSwap continues to make waves, and like Jupiter, for example, continues to cross chain, and as these new ones come on board, then now put Uniswap in line a bit more, which will be better. Yeah. Interesting. What else do you have, Alex? Anything else you see that's interesting?
Did you see the news about the Binance wallet being relaunched and stuff?
No, I didn't.
They relaunched with a unified asset manager, and now there's a £5 million $5 million airdrop campaign. You've used Binance, haven't you? I'm guessing.
I'm not.
No.
I have a Binance token in my wallet because the whole fraud shit that happened in 2021, they tried to relaunch a chain on BNB to fraud more people, and they airdropped everyone who owned the original token. So I have it sitting there. It's pretty much not worth anything. The highest I think I saw was a couple $100, and I was like, I don't know, that's not worth me buying BNB at that moment. It wasn't worth going through all of that. So,
yeah.
But no, I haven't actually used the chain itself. I don't think I've ever done a transaction on Binance.
No. No,
Nope. Not once.
Yeah.
So
no airdrop for us, unfortunately.
Oh well. Add it to the list of non-existent airdrops I get. This is suppressing. So Asset Dash has like a spot you can go to, and you can literally just check on airdrops. And mine always just says you're a fucking loser. Is really all mine says consistently. It does not allow me ever. I don't get to win. The only one it shows is my Jupiter. It did show my Jupiter one, but that was it. But yeah, everything else, like there's a Jito airdrop, Cloud, Streamflow, Parsi, Solar Decks, and Camino Season 2. All of those have airdrops pending, I guess, but I have all zeros, so that's good for me.
But have you connected all your wallets to Asset Dash so it can
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
I think there isn't anymore. There's always that in the back of my mind, like, what the hell? There's got to be like another one, but yeah.
I've got a wallet actually connected to it, and I was just like, and it keeps on saying I've got $100 in it, but I have no idea where this wallet is, man. I'm just like, where the fuck is this one?
Well, when you click it though, when you go into it, it shows you which wallet has the drops on
it.
So like,
no, not of airdrops, just $100 in the wallet, man. And I'm just like, which fucking wallet is this?
Just go to your
I must have,
wallets.
but I've connected it, and I'm just like, well, where the fuck is this?
That's funny.
So I'll save that for my kids. I guess one day I'll work it out.
Yeah, I mean, it'll be one of those cool surprises where all of a sudden you have like $2 million or something. You're like, oh, that's fun.
And that's nice. I was listening to Carter the other night, and he was like, he found a pudgy penguin in his wallet that he must have minted like when they first came out.
No way.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And then so then he sold it, and he didn't want to like floor it, so he sold it to a good friend who's just fucking got loads of money. And the guy said, yeah, no problem, I'll take it, just name your price. So he sold it for, I don't know, like fucking huge amount of money. And then the airdrop came, the pudgy airdrop, and the guy rang him up, and he goes, I got your pudgy airdrop, I'm just going to send it over to this wallet, is that okay? So he got 10 grand's worth of airdrop.
Nice. That was nice of the guy to do that too, right?
Yeah, obviously, man.
Yeah, that was.
So if you can mint it early, man, you never know. Yeah, that's why I'm interested in the abstracts. If you can get one of these, a good NFT early. Did I lose everybody?
Okay. Sorry about that. Yeah, and you're right. That's why I wanted to get. And then I went on Base Chain a couple months ago after I joined Coinbase, and there was a ton of free like mints on there for different NFTs and stuff. And I was just like, I'm just gonna mint whatever I can because yeah, like you said, you never know what will just all of a sudden appear. So
You never know, those like the Sui NFTs we minted might be worth something one day.
exactly. Yeah, that's the thing. And it's like it was kind of nice when everything was over $5 and I was like, ooh, this is like tempting. But then I'm like, I want one I want to have the one that's like, the one ETH one that's like, Pudgy Penguin, BASC, like whatever, like, or BAYC, like one of those. I want to have one of those, and there's a possibility that one of the ones that I have will be the one that's on that chain, right? Every chain kind of has their one, so their one or two type. So I'm hoping it goes into the hundreds of Sui and not just or thousands of Sui, and not just single digits, right? So
yeah,
but
yeah, I have to see what's actually being built on Sui and how they're connecting it to Web2 and stuff, man. Because that's why the Pudgy Penguins have done so well, isn't it? Because they're connected to Web2.
Well,
they're all in all stores, aren't they? And
I
now
mean,
they've even introduced, they've even linked to the Pez now, so you can get a Pudgy Penguin with a Pez on top, a Pez with a Pudgy Penguin on top even.
My daughter's gun on Rainbow Siege has a little penguin attached, a little Pudgy Penguin attached to it. Keychain. Luca has done really well, right? So that's the thing, is like that penguin that card had, like when he minted it or whatever, that it was actually worth nothing. And like originally that it pretty much died out until Luca bought the project and saved it and redesigned and made it into a conglomerate type thing where there's a multitude of things to do. And so he's done a really good job of saving that and now coming out with the chain and the activities and the point thing. And like, I feel like it seems to be going pretty well. You have an ability on there to earn free money and, which is nice. So I don't know. It's nice to see. I mean, I think he's doing, I hate to say this at the risk of getting lynched, but I think he is doing everything Ape Chain wanted to do but couldn't do.
I saw the captain. He's streaming on Abstract now, so. But yeah, I mean, 8chain have got their new NFTs out, don't they? They're pretty cute.
I mean, I guess I for me, I don't think, Alex, I could ever own an ape because I was there when they were worth millions and then we're not. And it really put a sour taste in my mouth for NFTs. And that I never bought NFTs in 2021. I had like a couple that I bought on the Kronos chain that were super cheap, and I bought them because there was like tasks in the app and things like that. But I never bought any NFTs until this year. That's why I don't get any of those drops and stuff. That's why I never got, a penguin or this or that, because I never wanted any NFTs. The whole thing that happened back then and the whole hype and how much money people lost, it really put a bad taste in my mouth. But what I decided this year was that, if I want to grow my my network, my community, promote, my mental health stuff and that, that's a huge sector within, a bigger grand scheme of things that is an important part. And so I decided to kind of try to get into it a bit. The NFTs for me, first of all, what a toxic environment. Way worse than meme coins. Way worse than meme coins. It's a very toxic environment. It's a very gate kept, very hate on type place. And I don't like that part of it. But I think there's definitely opportunity if you play it smart and you're not stupid and you're not, signing away your house to buy, a picture. But if you do it properly, yeah, there's definitely money you can make and it's cool. But I don't know, for me, NFTs are not.
Well, I think they're worth actually more than the actual monetary value, isn't it? It's more about
The
gaining
community.
entry to the communities that you can,
Yeah.
but still, even you have to like wear them,
Yeah. Well,
because I know people who bought them, but because they don't wear them, they're still not welcomed into the community, even though they own like 5 apes or something.
yeah. Well, and that's the thing. Like that was one of the things. That was a discussion for, like, for example, for the Unruggables, right? Because we're not making people do that. We don't make people go, oh, well, if you say you're unruggable, you have to wear a digidog. Like, no, that's not. It's a bonus. It's a benefit. We want people to do it. But we're not a cult. So we're not making people do stupid shit like that. So you're right. I mean, if you get into a good community, then absolutely, I own like 3 or 4 digidogs. Just because I support the community, not for any other reason. Um, and I think it's that way with most. And you do get benefits, right? You get airdrops, you get whitelists, you get early access to things. I find I get a lot of whitelists because I own other things. It sucks because I round trip everything because I never sell, even if I get whitelist or people airdrop me things or whatever. I don't like cheat it and sell it and worry about making, $12 on a picture or something. But
Mm,
other people do, and then it becomes worthless, and I'm like, why do I still have this? But sometimes I do get a benefit where I'll get like put on whitelists and stuff because of other ones that I own. So yeah, like
yeah,
you said, for the culture, I guess that's kind of the saying around here, right? I'll do it for the
mm,
culture.
yeah.
Um,
I make sure I get airdropped into wallets that I don't have any Sol or Ethereum, so I know I can't move it, kind of thing.
right. I like,
Yeah.
for example, my Jupe one, I didn't even see it. I put it directly into stake, so like it didn't even go through my wallet, so I wouldn't. Yeah, so that same type of
Mm,
thing. It's like I didn't physically have it necessarily, so it didn't benefit me um at all because it's not even in my wallet. Um,
mm.
but yeah, I know what you mean. Except
You
like
get
I have
that
like a
temptation. Oh, I really need, that yeah, a bit of extra cash.
yeah.
Yeah.
How do you do that though when you have ones that are just like, I guess you just burn them? Because I think you can get some, if you go, I think Aerosol, you can get some soul back for burning those.
Yeah, not much, maybe
Mm,
$10 or something, I would have thought.
mm, yeah.
Mm. It's not like
Ah,
you can do it on the Ethereum one, so.
yeah, that's the other problem too, is like the Ethereum ones, they're not worth doing that.
No.
And yeah, you don't. But if you can get, I guess, if you can get $5 or $10 out of a soul one, that's probably good. Um, but yeah, no, it's definitely different for me. But I wish that I would have done it back then because I would have had airdrops. I would have had a lot of airdrops. My Jupiter airdrop probably would have been way more. I would have got Magic Eden airdrop, that kind of stuff. So, um, I think I got like 20 Magic Eden or something. And that was just because, just from buying the
Oh,
few,
the
the few
ME.
NFTs. Yeah, yeah, yeah. The ME token. So, but I
Mm,
would have had more if I would have been more involved in this earlier, right?
mm.
In the years earlier than that. So.
Yeah, I mean, I've only started buying the PFP NFTs this Yeah, just over the last few months, to be honest.
Yeah, exactly.
Before I used to buy like you know, art NFTs and stuff, because that was the community I was in before I started getting into trading and stuff, because I noticed you could trade crypto as well. I was just like, oh.
Oh, hey, yeah, I know. It
Mm.
took me actually a long time to go from exchange to degen, like
Mm.
DeFi. I couldn't figure it out at first, and I was scared to do it because, like I said, all the shit that was going on, and I didn't want to move stuff to a wallet, but then I didn't want to have stuff on, on the exchange. So I put everything on a ledger, and then it just sat there, and yeah,
Probably smart, man.
probably.
Yeah.
Hopefully, I'd like to think. I'd like to think so. So
Yeah, you're not trying to move everything to stable coins and getting fucked, and you know. Yeah, because
no,
the arbitrage at the moment is just crazy, you know.
here's the thing, okay? Because I mean, I've done investing for quite some time. When I invest, I always look for things that are going to be in 5 years or 10 years, not right now. And so for me, I'm investing long term. And so there are things that I have that, yes, I do like to trade and just make some money on. But a
Mm.
lot of the stuff I have is stuff that I know is going to be around in probably 10 years. So I can just imagine what the price of it is going to be then. It doesn't make sense for me to sell it now. I can swing trade some stuff, which I have. But at the same time, I don't necessarily like to do that either, especially right now, because it's so unpredictable what's going to happen with the markets. So
Mm.
I don't want to get caught, right? Like if even last week there was kind of like a bit of a trap with XRP where it was like, oh shit, should I sell it? And then all of a sudden, like half an hour later, it shot up like 12% or some shit. It was like it was just interesting, and I was sitting there going, okay, I'm glad. Right now, just quickly before we go, I was just looking at the markets again. So we were at 3.19 trillion. We're now at 3.16 trillion. Bitcoin dominance has risen to 60.96% from 60.7 when we started. The markets are red right now. Doge is down 3%, which is causing kind of a ripple effect. I always kind of use Doge as the catalyst for the most part. It kind of shows the direction of what's going to happen in the market. I don't see anything in the news that's causing this. I think we're just, again, there's so much uncertainty and stuff. People are just stabling out right now and they're waiting. So cool. You guys keep doing that. We will keep buying what you're giving up. The institutions will keep buying Bitcoin and Ethereum to a point where you won't be able to get it anymore. And whatever. Oh, here's the thing about the Barra chain and the airdrop. So $632 million in coins will be distributed for all users who supported the project. Binance Hodler airdrops also include the project, allocating 10 million tokens. So the airdrop rewards users with the following: the testnet users, NFT holders, community builders, and protocol contributors. So yeah, I didn't even go close to Barachain, so I won't get any airdrop. But yeah, if you've ever touched Barachain in any way, including testnet, go and check. You might have some money. Free money is always good. And on that note, yeah, we'll just keep an eye on the markets. Like I said, we're kind of, oh, there we go. We're over 61% now dominance in Bitcoin. So that's continuing to rise at quite a rapid rate. It's up 4.5% today already. And interestingly enough, 2.7 of that is coming from the altcoin / meme coin and 1.8% from Ethereum. So again, these tweets coming from, coming from people I think are starting to die out a little bit, which is good. Less influence, the better. And that's how we'll get back on track too, is when the market stops so much influential things based on one or two people, right?
Holy cow. Kronos just had a huge dump.
Yeah, Trump coin is down to $18, under $18 now, actually.
Yeah, but Kronos is down at 9.5 cents.
I would probably see it at 7 again. I don't know. Like, that's the thing. Like, I just don't know what to do with that anymore. And I really was like, I wanted to get out and I didn't. And it went up and I was like, okay. Then they released the roadmap. All right, this is good. Has $20 million in volume in the last 24 hours. Like, fucking Algorand has more transactions than that. Like, almost every single other fucking token has more volume, or coin has more volume than that. So, I mean, even Immutable has 39 million in volume. So, I don't know, like, maybe they're not doing enough. And I was optimistic based on, you know, all the stuff that's coming out and that they're doing. But, again, I think right now it's not necessarily a reflection directly on them. I think that it's more of a reflection on just everybody panicking right now. So we'll have to see how the day goes. We'll be back a little bit later with our next. I don't know. I think Haytons, we're doing a show tonight, right? I'm pretty sure. We're doing every evening now. Alex and I will be splitting kind of the duties of hosting this space in the mornings, the kind of Unruggables morning space.
Spaces. We lost you, man. Yeah, we'll be splitting it, so it'll be either one of us. I'll be continuing bringing on guest speakers, and Clips continuing with his market analysis and breaking news.
Completely closed. Sorry about that. So Alex should be hosting tomorrow. Haytons will have a show tonight, I believe. We'll post if you can schedule that, Haytons, we'll go and post it up top here. Let's see. No, he hasn't put it out yet. But as soon as he does, we'll share it. And we'll see you guys tonight. Hopefully everyone has a good day. Be safe out there. And we will chat with you guys soon. Have a good day.